Hello and welcome to this lesson where we will learn about functions in TypeScript. So functions are an essential part of TypeScript and allow us to encapsulate logic and code reusability in a single place. A function is a reusable block of code that performs a specific task. In TypeScript, functions are first-class citizens, which means they can be passed as an argument to other functions, returned from functions, and stored in variables. Let's move on to the Visual Studio Code session so that we can see how functions work practically in TypeScript. Alright, so here we are onto our Visual Studio Code. So what I will do is I will first declare two variables. Let's say we have a variable as x is equals to 10 and then another variable let y is equals to 5. Alright. Now what you would do if I ask you to add these two numbers? You would certainly take a variable, let's say result, and then you will just simply add them like x plus y, right? And then you can console.log and then you can say that okay, this will be the result for the addition of these two variables x and y. Let's quickly run it. And here you can see we get an answer as 15. But you cannot perform this thing repeatedly, like always typing in the formula for the addition x plus y or a plus b and everything like that, right? So in order to ease that process, we have something in TypeScript which is known as functions. So how do we declare a function? Let's see that. So what I'm going to do here is I will be declaring a function that will add two values. So whenever you declare a function, the first thing you write is function. And then after that you give the function name. So I'm going to add numbers. So I will give it a name as add numbers. And then you will open a round bracket. And then I will give in my first variable name as a, which will be the first input. And then I will say that okay, this variable is going to be a number. So I will write down number over here, which shows that the first input will be a number. And we know that it will have another input as well. So we will declare b. And this is also going to be a number because we are trying to add two numbers with the help of this function. Now, once you have declared the two variables that okay, this function is going to have two variables. Now you need to declare what will be the output of the function. So for that, we will write down again number, which tells that the output for this function will also be a number. And then we will start the curly braces, hit enter. And then now you are going to say that, okay, we already told it that the output will be a number. It means this function is going to return something. So we will write down return and then a plus b. So now be with me and we will again see what this function means. So what we are trying to say over here is we will have a function with the name as add numbers and it is going to have two inputs, a which is a number data type and b which is also a number data type, and the output is going to be a number as well. And what the output is going to return is the addition of these two numbers, which is a and b, right? Let's see how you can use this function now. So for this, what we will do is we will declare a variable let result for addition is equals to, and now instead of using the formula a plus b or x plus y or something like that, I will use the function that I've created right now, add numbers, and then in the round bracket we will enter two numbers. Now let's say you want to add 10 and 12. So I will write down 10, this will be the first number, and then 12, which will be the second number. Alright. Now what it means is when this function will be called, it will go to this function over here and it will put in the first number a equals to 10 and b equals to 12, right? Now which means that a is going to be 10 over here and b is going to be 12, and we know that 10 plus 12 is equals to 22. This 22 will be returned to the function and it can be printed with the help of a console.log. Let's do that. So I will write down console.log and then I'm interested in printing the result add. Let's go ahead and run our code. So here you can see we get our answer as 22. So it added the two numbers 10 and 12 and returned the answer to the variable result add, and then we have printed this answer over here, right? In the same way, you can also make functions to deal with the strings as well. Let's do a quick example for the strings. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a greet function. So let's say we name it as greetings, alright. And now what this function will do is I will take an argument which will be a name. Alright. So let's say we have a variable as person name. Okay. And obviously a person name can only be a string data type. So I have declared it as a string. And now with the help of a string function, we will not take anything as a return. So when you do not take anything from a function, it means that it is not returning anything, and we call it as a void condition. Alright, when a function is not returning anything, it is known as a void condition. Now what we will do here is we will directly do a console log within this statement itself. And if you remember, we have previously discussed the interpolation. So we will do a simple interpolation over here of strings. So I will write down hello, and then I will declare a template literal, and then the curly brackets, and then I will give it the person name as the variable, and then we can ask how are you. Okay, now be with me and I will explain you what this function is going to do over here. So whenever we call this function greetings, what it will do is it will take a person name. Let's say it takes Alice as person name, and it will print the statement hello Alice, how are you. Alright, so let's do a quick call for this greetings function and see how does it work. So I will call a greetings function over here, and I will pass in the string, and you should know that the string can only be passed with the help of these inverted commas like this. Okay, so let's say we have Alice over here. Now I will do a quick TSC, and now you can see over here it prints hello Alice, how are you. So you see how simple the functions are in TypeScript. So with this, I hope you have got understanding of what are functions and how functions work in TypeScript.